Good morning, wherever you're watching. I'm back here with Microsoft Excel. I want us to go through some formulas in Microsoft Excel. I've created a link. This link, I've created it purposely for those who want to follow me properly. The link is created in tiny.cc smart revision. So this link is a URL. If you type it, you'll get the source file, the question paper, and the marking scheme. So if I open a new tab, this is how you access the resource files. You just go to a new tab, then you type tiny.cc/, then you say smart revision, rev for revision. If I press enter, it will take me to the Google Drive. And then I have my confidential files are here. Confidential source files is 2024. This is the question paper, QP, and MS is the marking scheme. So you're supposed to download this. So if I click here, I can be able to download it. So this black pointing arrow enables you preparing a zip file. Once the file is zipped, you can be able to extract it. So I'll download it and take it to a place called downloads. So I'll click on save. So it has been saved on the downloads. So it means I need to go to that particular folder, this PC, and then I go to a place called downloads. So here is the file. You can see the zip symbol is there. You right click on it and then you choose extract all. So you can be able to extract it. And then this is the file now. So you copy this file and put it on your desktop or wherever you want to use. So if you double click on it, you'll have this Excel file. Even you can copy this subfolder called Excel Tit. So if I open it, I'll be able to see the marking scheme, the question paper, and the confidential files. These are the confidential files that we normally use in Cambridge. So I've already copied mine on the desktop. So it is here, Excel Tit. So if I open this, I'll be able to find the question paper. Let me look at the question paper and see how it looks like. It is a paper 3, spreadsheet and website authoring. I'm interested in the spreadsheet because of the number of formulas that are required there. The component was for 03, 04, 14. This is the code for ICT. November, October 2024, 2 hours 15 minutes. So if I scroll down, it is marked out of 70. So if I move down here, these are the source files that I was talking about. So they are saying you create a word processor and then you save it. So create a word processor. To create a word processor, I just need to open Microsoft Word. And then I'm going to type my name, center number, and candidate number to appear on every page of the document. And then I save it under this name. So this is the name I'm going to use it to save. And then I give it the candidate number. So it's going to be center number and candidate number. So if I open this, Microsoft Word, I click on this. And then for identification purposes, I have to create a header. So I'll come here, then create a header. So on this header here, on the left side, in capital letters, I'll type my name nicely. In the middle part here, I'll put the center number, which I'm going to use KE048. Then my index number 002. That is my index number. So I'll be able to select this nicely. I enhance it by giving it bold and enhance the font so that 12 is be able to be seen. And then once I'm there, I go back to the head and foot and close. And then I'm supposed to save it in my work area. So I'll go to File, Save As. Then on the desktop, I'll go to this PC. After going to this PC, I'll go to desktop and then I'll go to Excel. This was the Excel whatever. Then I save it there. The name that we were supposed to have was this underscore. What was the code? 48. I've forgotten the code. What was the name of the code? I need to check the code before I come here. So let me see again. The code I've used, KE048. So let me save it again. File, Save As. This PC. Where is the desktop? Excel fit. The name was supposed to be this. and then KE048 underscore 002. And then I make sure it is a Word document. You can see it's a Word document. I save it. So I've already prepared KE048 underscore 002. That is the name they wanted. The next procedure, you will use this during your evidence during your examination. So the first thing, you work for Tawara web developers and will edit a spreadsheet that analyzes data on web page hits and advertising. The number of web pages hits and advertising. So they're saying I open and examine the file 24hits.csv, comma separated value. And then rows 1 to 38 shows the number of hits on visits to each web during the 24-hour period. So how many times is it viewed on 24-hour period? The number of hits for each hour stored on column F to AC. So I need to open these files. When I open this file, place your name, center number, and candidate number left align. So I need to go and open that 24 hits. So where should I go? Let me close. There are so many folders open. So I'll come here, go to confidential file, go to this file called hits. There it is. So maximize the screen. Before I do anything, I need to enlarge the page so that it can be seen clearly. So on top of one, there is a small empty gap here. I click here. Then between A and B or B and C, I put the cursor anywhere, double tap. So it opens for me nicely, so I can be able to see everything. So the number of hits was stored from column F all the way to column SC. That is a period of 24 hours. These are the number of hits that the web page appears. And then they have got so many other gaps. I can see there are so many gaps. There are some gaps here that needs to be filled. I think this part here. Total number of hits, average hours, traffic level, advertising revenue. All those are formulas that will follow. But before I do anything, they said that I put a header. How do you put a header in Excel? File, print, page setup, headers and footer, custom header. They talked about the right part. So the right side, I'll put my name there nicely. Dennis Bay. I put an underscore KE048 underscore 002. And then I select it, enhance it by clicking on this A. I give it bold, size 12. At least now it is going to be visible. If I click, I never selected the 2. So the 2, enhance it also like the rest, size 12. So the uniformity is maintained. So I click on OK. So I can see it has appeared on the left side. There's something else they talked about. Place the text created on. This created on. So this text created on should be followed by a space, then an automated date on the right in the header, still on the header, but on the right side, created on, followed by a space, then automated date on the right. So I need to go back to Excel, then still page setup, still here. So custom header on the right here, I should have this followed by, was there a column? No column. So after that, a space, and then the automated date. So this one here, it looks like the date. So if I click here, that is the date. I can enhance it also by giving it just 12 bold. Then I click OK. So if I click OK here, so you can see it's telling me the date that I'm working on. Today is 3rd of August 2025. Then I click OK. So the automated date is up there, and my name and the center number and the candidate number is on the right side as per the question. So by doing that, I get my 2 marks. If I move to the next question, format all the data in row 9 to 38 to be center aligned. Format all the data from from row 9 to 38. 9 to 38. So I'll go back here, and then from row 9 row 9 to 38 to be center line. Let me see, row 9 to 38 to be center line. Everything else to be center line from row 9. So Excel, you have to be very keen. Row 9 here. Then Control Shift and down arrow key. Control Shift and down arrow key will enable me choose all the cells with something inside, and then I center. So they've already been centered automatically. You can see they are all centered. Control Shift and down arrow key selected all the cells. Okay, next. I've done that. Format row 1 to 8 to look like this. Row 1 to row 8 to look like this. So it means make sure that cell A1 to F1 and D1 to, so A1 to F1 are merged. So I need to go and merge that. So I have to move faster up to F1. They should be merged and center. And then the font style should be big. They have not specified how big it should look like. And make sure that the text in row 1 is 24 point. So they have said 24 point. So I need to enlarge it to 24. That's 24, margin and center. What else should I check? Number of web pages. All these should be right aligned, but this one should be bold. Is there any other condition? So I need to take 3 up to here. So where is Excel? All of this, I make sure that it is right aligned. This one here, I increase the font a little bit and make it bold. How does it look? And then this traffic, D3 to E3, they should be merged. D3 to E3 should be merged. And then these ones are right aligned. So if I come here, D3 to E3, merge, increase the size a little bit to make it bold. These ones here, they should be on the right side alignment. What else? These ones are this is supposed to be centered. This is supposed to be centered. So you have to be very, very keen. So you select these ones here, center them. These ones are okay, they are. What else? This rate is bold. The rate should be bold. And then the size at least. And this, I don't know if it was centered. Let me check. Yeah, it was centered. And then all of this, they should have wrap text, especially 1, 2, 3, 4. And then they should be centered in the cell, vertically and horizontally. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll come here, from here up to where? Let me see. Advertising revenue. Up to the first one. Oh, going all across. So it means I press Control Shift and this. And then I should center here and I center there. And then they should have what is called wrap text. Wrap. So I've already wrapped, and then now for it to be effective, let me see the web page. Where's the question? Oh, web page is okay. So 1, 2, 3 up to advertising revenue should be able to wrap. So are they bold again? They are bold. So I have to be very, very keen. And then now I start now wrapping them. This one here, it should wrap. This one also here should wrap. Traffic level should wrap. Just squeeze it a little bit. And then this one should also wrap. So something like that, so that they are wrapping nicely. It fits nicely. I just need to fix all that. So you can see this web page, I need to squeeze it a little bit, but not this one here. This one should fit nicely. So I've already done the wrapping. Wrapping means one is on top, the other one is down. What else should be there? I've already done that, I've done that, I've merged. And then that is 9 marks. Very simple task. Just seeing and doing what is supposed to be there. I think I've done everything okay. Place a replicable formula in cell B9 to calculate the number of hits for the web page 4173 during the 24-hour period. That is cell B9. So this is cell B9. So they need to know the total. So the totals, I'll use the FX and get the sum. So the sum is, this is the sum. Then I click here. And then I select the range. The range is from here all the way. So Control Shift and this arrow key will take it up to the end. So the total sum will be that. The next question. Place a replicable formula in cell C9 to calculate the average number of hits per hour for this web page. Number of hits per hour. So it's the same as the what I've just done. So, but the only difference is the average. So I'll come here, take average, click OK. And then I select the range from here all the way, Control Shift and arrow key. So that is the average. So I've done the sum and the average. The next question is place a replicable formula in cell D9. I've done B9, C9, now I'm in D9. Using nested if function to display the text from the cell D4, D5, and D9 when the cell content in cell C9 is greater than the traffic threshold. Let me see what is in D4, D5, and D6. D, high, medium, low. If the there's a catch here. If the content of cell C9, where is C9? That is the catch. C9 is this one here. Average hourly hits. If this one is greater than 400, it should give me high. If this one is greater than 250, it should give me medium. If this one is greater than this one, it should give me low. So I'm supposed to use a formula called if. So I'll put equal sign. I type if. Let me first of all zoom so that we can be able to see it clearly. So if I'm zooming this, so let me zoom. Okay, I've already zoomed. So this is the what I'm referring to. So equal sign, if, open the bracket. If this one, the average hourly number of hits, is greater than the threshold, which is 400, comma, I should get this. And then I'll finish the first criteria. And then the second one, if the threshold, which was C9, it was what? C9 is greater than 250, comma, I should get media, comma again. And then if I open the bracket, the threshold, which was C9, I cannot click on C9 because it's blocking me, is greater than the threshold 0, I'm supposed to get low. So what I've realized is that the C9 should remain constant, relative, it should be relative. But the D4, this E4 to D4 should be absolute, it should not change. So all of this, I'll need to change this one into absolute cell reference by pressing Fn and F4. So if I press there, where is F4? Yeah, same to this part here. This one should remain absolute cell reference. F4. This one here also should change to absolute cell reference. So by doing that, I need to close. I've used the bracket 3 times. So if I press enter, let me see how the formula works. Was 536.5 greater than 400? Yes, it is greater. So I get what? I get high. So let me try and see something. If I pull this one down, the next one is going to be this. Is 288.87 greater than 250? Yes. So I should get medium. So if I come here, I should get what? Medium. So the formula is working. This is the formula. The only thing which I've made to be relative is this cell reference. That is C9. I've made it to be relative, but the rest I've made them to be absolute cell reference so that it maintains this area here. It doesn't go beyond this area. So what is the question saying? How many marks were those? Those were 9 good marks for that kind of formula. Then they're saying, place a replicable formula in cell E9 to look up the rate for this traffic level and multiply it by the total number of hits for this web page. Another good 6 marks. To look up, place a replicable formula in cell E9 to look up for the rate for this traffic level. Okay, let's see how it looks like. So cell E9 is here. So the lookup value is going to be high. If it is high, it should give me the rate of 0.004. If it is medium, it should look up medium. It should look up and give me 0.003. If it is low, it should give me that. So I need to use what is called the lookup function. So when I come here, so the lookup value is on the left, which is this one here. So I'll come to fx, then I go to VLOOKUP vertically to check it vertically. So what is the lookup value? The lookup value is this one here. The table array that I need to check is this area here because I'm checking at the rate. So this one here should be absolute. So how can I make it absolute? Fn and F4. And then the column that I'm checking, the column, this is column 1, which has got high, medium, and low. Column 2 has got 400, 250, up to there 0. And then column 3 is the rate, which I'm looking. So the column index is 3. And then I want it to be an exact value. So I'll type there 0 to make it an exact value. So if I click on OK, so for high, I get 0.004. Let's see. If I come here, I replicate it downwards, and then I replicate this one here. So if it is medium, medium should give me 0.003. So let me see, 0.003. So it is also working. Now I need to check what the other formula is talking about. They are saying replicate the formulas entered in step 3 up to 6 for all the web pages. 3 to 6, that is this one, 3, 4, and 6. I replicate it to other cells. So what they need to do is to use the fill handle. Double tap, you get that. You come here, double tap, you get that. You double tap, you get the rest up to down there. Yeah, whether it's high, low, you come here, you double tap. But here there's a catch. So I need to control shift and down arrow key, delete all this. There was something they were talking about on the formula. They were saying once you have done it, using nested formula if function to display the text from cells D4, D5, and D6 when the cell content of cell C9 is greater than the traffic threshold, not that one, sorry. Place a replicable formula in cell E9 to look up the rate for this traffic level and multiply it by the total number of hits. So I need to multiply before I can be able to be sure that I've done the right thing. So this is the formula here. So the formula is up here for the VLOOKUP. So I need to do multiplication, and I multiply it by this cell here, total number, so that if I press enter, I get that. So once I get that is when I replicate it downwards. Have they talked about some other things? Format cell E9 to E38 as currency in dollars with 2 decimals. So E9. So E9 from here, that is here. This is the E9 all the way downwards. So they're talking about, I give it the dollar with 2 decimals, and the dollar is United States. So the dollar is already there with 2 decimals. So I've already done that. The next thing they are going to ask down here, hey, this paper was full of formulas. Place a replicable formula in cell B4 to count the number of web pages with high traffic, and then replicate this formula for medium and low traffic. So I need to check those. So what I'll need to do, I'll come here. So sorry, again, it was B what? B4. You have to be very sure B4 is here. So I need to check how many traffics were high here. How many traffics were medium? Medium like 1, let me see, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 5 times. So the medium should be 5 here for medium. So let me put a formula that can be replicable. So what I'll do, I'll say equal sign, then I say count if. Count if. Then it is one condition only. So I can't use count ifs. Our count ifs is there are so many conditions. And then the range is from here, Control Shift and down arrow key. That is the range. And then the criteria, comma, I'll put a comma. The criteria, it's because it is high, I can use this one. That is high. So this high, let me close this. I want it to be absolute, this one to be absolute. These ones, I want it to be relative. So I'll press Fn and F4 to be, no, it should be the other way around. Let me see. Let me see first. I press enter. That is 15. So if I go down like this, it's wrong. So I need to change. This one here should not be absolute. This one should be relative, because I'm just moving 3 rows. So this one will be relative, but this one here will be absolute. I was confusing that. So if I press enter, 15. So this one had counted, it should be 5. Yes, 5, and then this one should be 10. So that is how you do the traffic using the count if. One should be relative, yeah, and the other one should be absolute, is this part, and this one only 3 to be whatever. So I've already done that. Low traffic, let me just see. 1, it should be 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Correct, the formula is correct. And then the next question is what? I've already done that. Replicate that, save the spreadsheet. So how do you save the spreadsheet? You just click on, say, Control S. Yeah, just Control. I've already saved it. What else? How many marks? Those are 5 marks. And then print only cell A1 to F38, showing formula. Make sure that the printout is portrait. Columns and row headings are displayed. The content are fully visible. They want to make sure that the formulas are captured. So my F8 is very, very crucial. So I'll come here, I select up to F8. F8, where is F? F38. So I'll come here, I continue F38, shift, I continue holding it down up to 38. Where is 38? 38 is somewhere there. And then they're saying, I go to formulas here, and then I say show formulas. And then to be sure that it is showing everything, I need to double tap here. Yeah, it's showing everything. So that is the formulas. These are the formulas. Even up here, there are formulas which are being shown. So all the formulas are visible. So what I need to do is to go to File, then I go to Print. When I'm printing now, I have to say Portrait. I must make sure it is F4. And then what else? There's a question that I saw. The printout is Portrait. Row and column headings are displayed. So if I go back to Excel, portrait orientation, and then I come to page setup here. I go to sheet. I say row and column headings are displayed. So how many papers will come out? 10. No, I have to tell it print selection only. Print selection. That is very crucial, so that I have only 3 printouts now. 10 was just too crazy. So print selection. That's how you do it. You have to tell it I'm printing the selection because I'd selected up to cell F. Up to cell F. And then going down up to 38. So let me hide that. So I've already done that. What else? I'm back here. What else is the question going to ask? 2 marks. Apply conditional formatting to cell D9 to D38 inclusively. D9 to D38. Where is D9? To D38. Control Shift up to down there. And then they are saying conditional formatting. Green background if the cell contains high. Orange background if the cell contains medium. A red background if the cell contains low. So we have got different colors. Green for high. So let me try and do that. Green for high. So conditional formatting, I'll go to home. And then I come to conditional formatting, yes. And then I'll come here equal to. And then format cells that are equal to, what is the condition? What can I use here? Or I should use that are equal to high. Let me type the word high. No, spelling capital H, like that. High should have custom format. So the field should be green. So if I click OK, all the highs are green. And then orange for medium. So here, the next one here should be medium. So medium. No, I had to play around with high first. Where is high? High. I was supposed to choose OK. And then I come back to conditional formatting. And then equal to. Now, for medium, they're talking about medium. The spelling must be correct. So medium, I need to custom. It should be orange. Which color is orange now? I'm very colorblind. I don't know. My colors are not clear. I'm assuming that is orange. Then I click OK. So, and then I click OK here. So that I'm assuming that is orange, colorblind. And then red background for low. Those who are doing so poorly in terms of is red. So I'll come here and then highlight equal to. So for low, I come here, custom, then I give it red, at least red, I know the color. Then I click on OK. So that's how I've already done the conditional formatting. And make sure that the text for each cell is clearly visible. Take a screenshot. Make sure that the formatting set and range cells are clearly. Place the screenshot in your evidence document. So I'm supposed to use, this is going to be evidence 1. They want evidence that I did that. So it should come here as evidence 1. So I'll need to type here clearly, evidence 1. So evidence 1 should have the conditional formatting that should come down here. So I'll go to Excel. I come to conditional formatting. Then I go to manage rules. So under manage rules, no, first of all, I have to select what the areas that I did. So from here, Control Shift up to down. Then I come to conditional formatting, manage rules, so that I have this kind of stuff, something like this. So I can take part of it. So I can take a clear screenshot. Window key, Shift and S. Then I take this area here. This is the conditional formatting list that I have. Conditional formatting rule manager. Then I click OK. Then I go to my evidence document. Control V to paste. So they'll be able to see how clear it is. Next thing is print only column A to F. Change the format so that the content of these cells are not visible. Change the font color of F8 all the way downwards so they are not visible. Starting from F8. Where is F8? F8 is here. So they're all of this. They're all of this. So what I should do, this is how you do it. You click here, Control Shift, then this side going downwards. So I need to change the color of the font. So it will be white. So I've cheated the printer that there's nothing on this side. Even if I print, it won't print this side. That is a very smart move. Print only column A to F, inclusive, showing values. Make sure that the printout fits a single page. The page orientation is portrait. Columns are not displayed. The content of cell AF, the content of all the cells in column AF, except those without font colors, are fully visible. That is 4 marks. So A to F is what should be printed. So from cell A, let me see cell A, going downwards, control like this, Control Shift and down. I need to go down, only that to be printed. So I'll come to File, then I go to Print. So I'll tell it Print Selection. Print Selection. Show print. Yeah, this one, this part only should be printed. And then they said it should fit one page. It's not fitting. I can see there is something which is not. Did I select up to F? Oh, up to F. It's not fitting. So what I'll do to make it fit one page, I'll go to Page Setup. Here they said it should not show columns and row headings like that. And then under this place here, under Page Setup here, there's a place where I need to make sure that it fits one page. Scaling, fit to one page. So it is now fitting to one page. Under here, I've fitted it to one page. So if I print, I'll only print this one page. And by doing that, I come to the end of my Excel presentation. And by doing that, I'll have scooped 46 marks. This Excel question was having several formulas. Some of them were nested formulas. As you can see, I did a lot of nested formulas in some of the, if I go to formulas, and then I say show formulas. Like this if, the if part was having a lot of things. There was VLOOKUP, there was count if, yeah. So I gave you the tiny.cc. If you download it, you can practice and watch my video to get familiar with this kind of formulas. Thank you for watching. It has been a while since I posted a YouTube video, but I'll try and post several in this coming month. Thank you.